Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, y'all, we're fully rested and ready to get on outside and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But before we do, we wanted to pop in and say good morning with you guys and have a quick morning chat.
Yep. Today we're going to be getting outside and getting some chores done today.
Yep. We're not going to be working on the decking because today, like in the afternoon, we've got a very big rainstorm coming in, and we're not exactly sure like when it's going to actually pop up. It's probably going to be around like 2 or 3, which would be siesta time. I hear you, but it's going to be lingering on for the next few days.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to bring down the temperatures and everything. We do have quite a bit of stuff that we need to do.
Yeah.
Today. So I mean, it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
It's the weekend, so we gotta do our weekend chores and get it all situated before it gets out of hand.
Yep.
And then we have to take a week to deal with it.
Yep. So, as you guys know, last week we went ahead and we took care of all of the Cornish chickens.
Yep.
So now that whole like upcycled barn build is empty, but it's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very dirty. So David has been taking care of the baby goats for all this time for us.
Mm-hmm.
And this week he's like, Mel and Gary, you guys need to take those goats. Because we always said, like, as soon as we get done processing all those chickens that we were going to bring the goats in. Well, they're processed and David's ready to get them out of there and bring them over here. So, and we're ready to have them. Like, we're really excited to have them. We've never had, I guess, large livestock like that before. So it'll be our first time. We're very excited for it, but now we got to definitely spend some time preparing for it.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It should be, shouldn't take too long today, but there is a couple of things that I would like to do. We're going to see exactly how the day goes and what happens and everything like that. But today should be a good day.
Today should be really good.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are going to go out and help us while Gary and I are doing the upcycled barn. The kids are going to go do Pecker Palace for us. So that'll be all taken care of. Yeah. And the bottom tier will be cleaned and ready to go.
Yeah. So it should be pretty nice. It should be pretty straightforward.
Yep.
We're gonna see exactly what all happens. I'm really, really looking forward to this because this is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to it for we wanted it when we lived in Arizona and stuff too, but at the same time it was very difficult just having the poultry that we had over there. With the heat and keeping everybody alive and the desert climate and all that.
Desert's it's a bit rough on everything. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
can be done.
I
knew people that had. Remember the family, like whenever they'd go out of town, I'd go over there and watch all their sheep and their goats and stuff for them.
It could easily be done. You just gotta...
it wasn't easily though, because they were constantly having to revamp and fix everything constantly.
Yes, easily in the sense of if you have the right infrastructure out and done correctly, right, it is easy.
Well, their animals were destroying everything.
Yes,
they were overheating all the time.
Yes, and that's the biggest thing though is out there is trying to maintain everything in an easy fashion. Where that's where having steel fences and steel things like that is very nice. That's little maintenance out there.
Very low maintenance out there.
Yeah.
Now the thing is for us and with the goat, right? As you guys know that follow our channel, down at the bottom tier area, we have our horse trailer down there, and then there's no outside walkabout space for the goat yet. So yet. So Gary and I are thinking about what we're going to do down there. We have a couple of different ideas, and we might actually get the goats before we get the exterior pen area set up. We might, I don't know. We're kind of doing this with it. The biggest thing is the goats. If we don't have the exterior pen area set up right away, that's fine. What we'll probably do is set up a lead, like a dog lead, out inside the forest area and put collars on them, and then have the goats kind of just munch in certain areas during the day. And then at the nighttime, we'll bring them back to the barn and put them away at night. And then
Yep.
I guess just kind of like take some time and set up the run over there for them. But we're looking into a couple of different things. Like, we really like how the Pecker Palace is with the natural wood off the property, using all the cedar posts. Like,
I do like that.
I like the look and the feel of it. The cost is very, very minimal because the majority of the stuff comes from the property. However, I'm not sure if that's going to be durable enough for the goats.
That's the
So we're looking and thinking
That's
about
the
electrical
issue.
fencing.
yes.
But here's another issue is that bottom tier area, it's literally just the clay dirt. There's nothing for them to munch on. So we know we want to use the goats as like land clearing. So like no matter what, we want to have them out in the forest so they could walk around munch.
I have an idea. I'm not 100% sure
Mhm.
on how well my main idea is for down there, but me and you are going to run through that when we walk down there today.
Oh, okay.
And I'll talk to you about exactly everything else like that, because in all reality wise, the electrical wire fence is probably going to be the easiest and the more effective aspect, to where it's not going to allow them to really destroy too much of trying to get out of the fence.
Right.
But in doing so, at least from what I know about fences or electrical fences, and with goats and everything else, they're little escape artists. So you almost want to get the electrical fence that's going to
zap them,
stop them in their tracks, and make it to where they know, hey, I'm not even getting near that fence.
Yeah, and I know that the babies that David's been raising, right? They've been raised around electrical wires, so I don't think that they're gonna even want to go near any of the fencing that we put up, just because they've already been raised around it.
Around it,
However, though, all it takes is them just giving it a try once, and now they realize they're not getting zapped. Like, for instance, if we did I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking out loud.
No.
Like, if we did the cedar post and like hog wire or something, they'd realize, oh, I'm not getting zapped. Let's just go and push up against this all day. And,
correct.
So I think electrical fencing is most likely the way that we're going to go. We're looking into different brands, how much it's going to cost, availability. There's all these things that we're looking forward to, and we have to do some stuff down there before we can even set that up. We still got to move the horse trailer. There's
I think quite a bit that's got to happen.
I think immediately we're going to get the goats because we're planning on getting them this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think immediately we're going to have to just have it be one of our daily chores of going down there and getting them from the barn and walking them out to the forest and putting them on a lead and just letting them kind of munch around and do their thing.
Yep.
So there's two goats, the twins, that David has, the babies, not the brand new ones, but the ones that were born earlier on this year. One's a boy, one's a girl. The boy is actually Anthony and Roxanne's, and the girl is going to be ours. And I got to talk to Anthony and Roxanne some more, but I know that they're not necessarily ready to take it home yet. So just in Mel land, what I'm assuming, and we know what happens when people assume here, but what I'm assuming is that David's going to want to give us both of them just to get them gone, right? And then that'll be good for them because I know that goats need like a companion. They need somebody that'll give us time to find its friend, which we might have a good hook on a couple of friends for them. Don't want to spill any beans just yet until we know more. And then at that time, Anthony and Roxanne's goat would be ready to go over to them. We'd keep ours, and it would also have a friend. So it gives us time, right? There's all these moving parts that we're trying to figure out and we're trying to juggle and deal with and stuff, right? But yeah, I think it's going to be good. This week we should have them on the property though.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to probably get the two of them, and one of them will be ours and the other one will be Anthony and Roxanne's. That's just what I'm assuming.
Yes.
So I don't know. They might want to take their goat over to their side of the property each day and then just have him sleep over inside the barn with his sister. We might want to put them together to munch out on the land. I don't know. We might trade off like, hey, today I'm going to put them both over here on this side of the property. Tomorrow we're going to put them both over there on that side of the property.
Yeah.
I don't know. That needs to be further discussed, but we are open for your guys' suggestions. What do you think? Like, should we put them together? Should we, like, I know that they're going to sleep in the same barn together for a little while, at least until they get ready. But should we have them munch out together? Should we have them just be together at night? Should we?
I say we keep them close together. Even when we walk them over to a spot, have them to where they're close.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing. They're herd animals.
Yeah.
You know, so keeping them close together will keep them relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
For more.
But we're open to your suggestions. What do you think? What do you think? Have you been raising goats forever? And if you have one go over here and one go over there, are they going to get all wigged out or something?
Stressed out.
Or, you know?
Whatever.
So we're open to suggestions. We're open to hear your guys' thoughts on it. We do have, like we have David we could rely on. He's been doing goats for a long time. White Rock, they've been doing goats for a long time. We know a lot of people that we can call and get information from, but everybody's busy. So
yes.
You guys are a little bit easier at the moment because you guys are watching it right now. So anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, squirrel.
But yeah, we got a lot to do down there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to figure out exactly everything down there, but I'm pretty sure the electrical fence is the way that we're gonna go about it. And it's I'm happy about that because there's a lot of roof over there for solar. So in all reality wise, we could set up something, and we do have that nice kick-it shed over there too. That we could store a battery bank if need be, right?
Inside it so it doesn't get wet.
We don't have power down there.
Yeah, no, there's no power.
So that is something, that we have to keep in mind and as well as try to figure out. But because we have all that down there the way it is easy to sort of situate.
Yeah.
And set that up.
Yeah. So. Now, the thing with for me, the benefit of having an electric fence is the ability to move it around the property. Like, I don't want to just have an electric fence set up and then just always have it be stationary in one spot.
No.
I don't want that. I would rather spend the money and the time to put in and concrete the cedar posts and make a really nice fencing that they can't get out of. Versus just spending all that money on the electric wire that's never going to move. Because to me, it defeats the purpose.
No.
Just to me. Just to me.
I hear you. I have multiple different ideas on that aspect, or feelings on that aspect, but that's just me. I do want electrical fence to keep the other bigger animals out. Goats, to me, there's a lot of bears out there.
Yeah.
So, and that's another reason why I'd want that electrical fence to really give out a good, because if a bear goes over to it, that's one animal that just sort of pushes through electrical fences and tries to keep on pushing further,
I know that we've been, I'll knock on wood, but so far, we've been really lucky with how Pecker Palace is set up that 0 critters have gotten inside there.
Yes.
I've never seen anything inside the Pecker Palace at all. So, and that's only hog wire.
No, we've got...
and chicken wire on top of it.
We've got chicken wire and we've got welded wire.
Welded wire. I always call welded wire hog wire.
6-foot welded wire, and then we have the... chicken wire on top of that, mainly because of the smaller baby chicks or whatever. We don't want them to hop out.
Yeah,
and get out.
So that's all that is, plus the netting on the top. It's kept everything out.
Yep.
So, and we've had that now for a year, and I've had 0 issues with that. So obviously you have to be worried about predators. We do live next door to a national forest. But at the same time, we've had 0 problems with it so far.
Correct. But that's where I also almost want them to be in that home area, make sure that it's nice and safe fully. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But
no, it'd be terrible, go down there and see a predator. That would be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That would be horrible. So we want to try to make it so that way that's not even a possibility. So that way that's just, what if that never happens?
Because I mean, I just think back in the Arizona days.
Oh yeah, we had mountain lions.
Yes, a mountain lion literally scaled our 6-foot fence and got into our turkey pen.
Yep. No joke.
So,
mountain lion attacked our turkeys back in Arizona. For real. I had it on camera and everything. It was crazy.
Ever since then, I sort of try to like think in my mind, like, okay, there's animals out, you know, even in the desert wise of that aspect. And then even here, it's like, there's more. There's mountain lions out here. There's, you know, bobcats. There's foxes. There's bear. There's all sorts. The things that, you know, really come after all your livestock animals. You know, and that's the thing. Once we get more and more livestock, it does create more of a, here's the dinner plate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yes, there's one chicken, or like one family of chickens, right? That's sending off one scent.
I know it's horrible.
But once we put in goats, it's going to send off that goat scent as well as the chicken scent, and it's just like...
You know, it's horrible. Whenever I think of goats getting attacked by predators, the instant visual that I get is from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
How horrible is that? But that's literally the instant visual that I get. Like, they're sitting inside the little safari car, you know, and like the goat's sitting right there, and the little girl's like, "Where'd the goat go?" You see the dinosaur.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
It's true, though. It's true.
And it's just one of those things, right? So that's where I look at it in that aspect.
Well,
if we are going to put it up, I want to make sure that this is going to work fully around. Keep them in and keep things out.
Well, for the immediate short term, what Gary and I are going to do today is we're going to go down to, we're just going to start calling it the barn.
The barn. It's now the barn.
Yeah, it's the barn. We're just going to start calling it the barn. So
revamp the barn.
Yeah, we're going to go down and revamp the barn. We do have the ridge cap. We do have it.
Yeah, I have to climb up there, and I've been waiting for a time where I can have Melanie down there with me.
Yeah.
So if anything does happen, I'll at least have somebody there.
I'll be there with the trampoline ready to catch him.
I tell you what, putting up those last sheets of that roofing was very sketchy and interesting. I'm not going to lie. But now that she'll be down there with me and everything else, you guys can see how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And see me holding on for dear life.
So we'll see if we have time to do that today before the rain comes. You know, because again, there's rain coming today and it's going to be raining tomorrow. And yeah, our big thing that we have to do today is we have to deep clean. There's probably like an inch or so of nastiness that we're going to have to shovel out and scrape and clean. And then put in some new bedding and stuff, some new straw and whatnot in there.
She's super underrating it by saying it's an inch thick. I wish.
Okay, well, it's
like it's about 6-8 inches thick.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot, but at the same time, it should go by really quick because it's been drying out.
Mm-hmm.
It's been sitting in there baking, just drying out like crazy.
It's gonna stink down there, though, man. It reeks. It absolutely reeks. We've got all of the siding off, so that way it has maximum airflow. And honestly, before we get the goats, we might need to put in we might need to cut and give them another really good airflow window, because I know that we plan to put like the little doggy doors on the other side. We may want to. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that when we get down there today. But we might want to give it just a little bit more airflow. Just a little bit more. Because usually like goat enclosures are like Anthony and Roxanne's pole barn, but smaller.
Correct.
Where it's 3-sided.
Correct.
So the goats having the full-on barn, I know that it's not going to hurt them. They're fine. They're pretty weather-tolerant animals. But more airflow would be even better, I feel like.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that when we get down there. Like with the wares of exactly how it's going to be. Object number 1 today is honestly just get down there and deal with all of the nastiness that's down there and get it out.
Yep.
Get it cleaned up. If we can do any revamping to it, then awesome. If not, then that's okay. I know that this week when we get them, the immediate thing, like we've talked about for a while, is probably going to be setting them up on a lead. And then very shortly after that, getting them set up with some sort of electrical wire or something else. Because again, there's a lot of moving parts. We're going to have to figure out where we want to put our horse trailer now too.
Yep.
Before we could even like set up an outside area there.
Yep. We're going to have to be, it's going to be a lot of moving parts, but we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, we will.
It's hard to sit here and talk about it 100% because it's a visual thing.
Yeah, visual learners, hi!
It is a visual thing. I can't, it's hard for me to explain exactly. Like, I mean, I'm having a hard time, other than being right there and being like, okay, right here, because it's like.
Yeah. We'll show you guys later. We're going to do some vlogging today. There's some other stuff we're going to get into as well. But we're going to share with you guys some of our ideas and put it into a video. Hopefully, I'll be able to get all that stuff done and post it out for you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
So we'll see. We will definitely see. But that's kind of what's on our agenda for today. I hope that you guys have a very happy Sunday today. Hope that you guys had a good weekend so far. We did. We had a lot of good time with Serenity and with Addie. We had a really fun time. I did like facials and stuff with like this ancient Aztec mud bath mask stuff. And we had like mud facials. And then I did the girls' fingernails and toenails. Yep. And we did some cooking together and had a very good weekend. And yesterday it was so freaking miserable hot. We ended up taking the kids down to our spot down at the lake, and that's where we met up with everybody to exchange the kids back. Here, you can have your kids back, and got into those conversations. And David was like, "Hey, how about them goats?" And we're like, "We know, we know, we're doing it."
Got a lot going on.
Yeah,
it's been nonstop.
It has been nonstop, but in a good way. We have had some stop.
We have
had some stop.
We have had, but we needed to.
We needed to. Yeah, we needed to.
Everybody, it's been a lot of back and forth, but
yeah,
I feel good.
But I'm looking forward to this week getting our very first big livestock animal. It's going to be super exciting for us. And then also this week we should be able to get back onto to the build as much as possible with pockets of rain floating in and out, right? The rain's not going to be here forever. We are going to find opportunities to get out there and work.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be trying to work as much as possible this week.
Yeah.
This week is supposed to be like
the cool,
like cooler than average.
Yep.
This whole week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I'm not going to waste this week. We're going to put it to work.
Yeah.
And do what it do.
Really, over on the decking area and like the whole roofing situation, right?
We're almost to a point where we're moving to the front.
We've been there for a while now, but I will just say, just as a reminder, the last time that we were working out there, I didn't put out this video yet because I want to give us another good work day so I can combine it to the footage that I already have. But we have been out there working on the decking. I just haven't showed you any of the footage yet.
We're working on the ladder system.
Yes, and we got one of them built. So
once they're up and in place, it's zipboard.
Yes.
Once the zipboard's done, then it's
going over to the mudroom.
Going over to that side. But
so we're
getting to this point that has been
such
a tedious nightmare. But it is what it is.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. We're taking our time. We're doing it our way. Having fun along the way. So it's all good.
I'm really happy I bought the size of wood that I did for all of that up there because it makes it to where it's that much quicker. But then again, now that the wood is full length, it's that much heavier.
Yeah, so that's the big issue is Gary does have one of those ladder systems built for when you're looking at it, it's the right side kicker. And when you're standing out there looking at the mountain, it's the left side kicker. So we have that ladder system built. However, we haven't put it up on the building yet because my back wasn't feeling that good. I was not feeling strong enough to lift it with Gary. I hear some of you people saying, get Gary a man over there to do the job. No, this is mine and Gary's thing that we're doing together as husband and wife. We don't need anybody else to come over and do our work for us. We're going to do it on our time.
Nope.
And honestly, people are busy. We cannot have everyone stop what they're doing every time to come over and do our work for us. And as they do it, it's a help, but it's not, because it takes away the joy that we get by doing it and accomplishing it ourselves.
No.
So we just needed to wait a little bit. Now I'm feeling better, but now we have something else we got to do really quick.
No.
But the first thing that we're going to do when we do work on the decking is we're going to get it up together. We're going to get it in place. We're going to make sure that all the measurements and everything is perfect. So that way, because there is probably going to be some putting it up and taking it down. I'm sure of it because I'm married to Gary, and if it's off by a crumb, he's going to take it down and he's going to make it be perfect, which is what he should be doing. But what it is. I'm preparing myself for a lot of up and down, up and down, up and down.
This one's going to be interesting because I've got to put a lot of brace. I've got to put a lot of stops to where it can hold itself, but I've also got to be able to tie that thing off so that way we don't go off.
Right.
With it.
So it's going to be
a lot of back and forth.
It's going to be a lot of back and forth, but it's going to be good. We're going to handle it.
We're going to do it safely, and we're going to do it good, and we're going to get that thing installed. But
And then once that side's done, then we're going to go ahead and he knows how we built it, so he's just going to replicate it for the other side, get that sucker up, and then green board time.
Nope.
So that's where we are. That's the status of it. That's where we're at. Little by little. By the end of this month, we're going to have goats. That should be finished. We should have a good head start on the mudroom over there. That's what we're hoping.
Yep.
So we'll see how it all pans out and how it all works out. But little by little, day by day, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually. It's slow moving right now, but hey, I want to get it done correctly. I want to do it with my wife, and I want to be able to do it as we can do it, when we can do it, and on our time.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad or upset.
No, I'm happy with it.
We're getting it exactly the way I knew it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to always say it sooner than later on how long it's going to take, just to try to make it seem like it's going to be a lot quicker. I already knew that this was going to be a nightmare.
Well, and you always
either way I go.
Literally every single job that we do, oh, it's going to be easy. Oh, it's not going to take very long. Oh, it's going to be simple. This is simple. And 5 videos later, we're still working on the same thing.
No. I knew that was going to be a nightmare just because of the way that it's designed. It's
our optimism that keeps us going.
I will say
it really is.
That front side is not going to take as long. For sure. See what I'm doing here? I don't know.
Tomorrow by noon, friends. Tomorrow by noon. No, it's all good. It's all good, guys. We're having
It's gonna happen. It's gonna go on my scheduled time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm happy with how it's going, so we're gonna keep it moving, guys. We're gonna get rocking and rolling on today. We've got a lot of shovel.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
to deal with today. So we're going to go and get a handle on it and get moving. But before the rain comes, because it's coming. It's definitely coming our way. There's a huge storm tonight or this afternoon. And then tomorrow is actually the big storm. And then I think Tuesday, it's a little bit here and there. But it should mostly be just cloudy. So that should be a really good work day for us. Although, if we're trying to put green board and be walking on the roof, I don't know, it might get a little... We're just have to deal with it as it comes. We're going to find out.
You'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll find out. So
you'll see what happens.
I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today and watching today's episode of Real Talk with SLR. But we got to get outside and get some moving.
Yes.
So we're going to do some recording today for Simple Life. Hopefully, it'll fill in all the blanks that we talked about today regarding our new barn or old upcycled barn, whatever, regarding the barn. The new animals and stuff on the homestead, and just more everyday life with us. So thanks for hanging out with us today. And until the next one, friends, we love y'all, and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.